Hey, welcome to the Chair with James. This is the Week 3 Raider breakdown and then the Week 4 preview. Now, Week 3 didn't go so well with the Raiders. We know. Um, just got outplayed, outcoached, out everything, I guess you could say. Raiders lost 36-20 against New England up in Foxborough. Really wanted that win because it just felt like it was one of those that that would feel good after all those years of losing to New England. And Tom Brady's gone. Nope. Rex Burkhead ran through us. Cam Newton had his fun. Uh, that was basically it. The Raiders couldn't stop the run. Big gains on first down. Sonny Michel doing things. It was just awful. It was awful to watch. Knew that after a while the game was over. There was no way that they could come back from that, and that really just it puts you in a state of like, okay, nothing's changed, nothing's gonna happen until we win there, and still nothing has happened, right? And it's obviously frustrating. Raiders go to 2-1, and all of a sudden the schedule gets really tougher. Here with the Buffalo Bills in Week 4 and Week 5 against Kansas City. We all know Kansas City is the head of the division and head of everybody as they won last year, the Super Bowl. And injuries are playing a key part with the Raiders this week, and that's been pretty much the whole the 3 games so far and 4 weeks coming in. And for the whole NFL season, honestly, it's just been amazing. All these injuries that's happened as I go through them, it's just ridiculous. So for the Raiders, and as we're talking, it's Saturday morning, and 3 receivers that we definitely need. Gafford, Ruggs are both doubtful, and Edwards is out. Gafford had the hamstring. Ruggs had a knee and hamstring, and Edwards had the ankle. He was rolled up on. And Trent Brown, the offensive lineman, doubtful. Calf issue again. Jonathan Abram is questionable with a shoulder and thumb injury. And Nick Kwiatkowski is questionable. Pectoral issue. It's most likely he will not play. Wow. So Nelson Aguilar, it's on you. Hunter Renfrow, it's on you on Sunday. With Buffalo, well, they have it a little better. Mario Addison, the defensive end, is questionable with the knee. Delshon Phillips, the linebacker, is out with a quadricep injury. And then Zach Moss, one of the running backs that they have. They have like 3 pretty good running backs that they've used this year so far, have the Buffalo Bills. Zach Moss, running back, is questionable with a toe injury. So, with all that being said, it's going to be a very tough task for the Raiders. The odds, they're giving 3 to the Raiders, and I don't know about that. It doesn't feel like the Raiders really have a chance in this game unless they outscore the Bills, and then they stop the Bills, because this year the Bills have been scoring ridiculous amount of points, and Josh Allen's been throwing it out very well. They've just been amazing, honestly, to see, because they've never thrown the pass like this. And they have Stephon Diggs now. They have some tight ends. They have Cole Beasley over the middle that killed the LA Rams last week. Bills coming off the win in dramatic fashion after blowing a big lead. So that would be, and this was unheard of the last couple of years, since Jim Kelly probably, for the Buffalo Bills, maybe Drew Bledsoe era, but yeah, you got to watch the pass with the Bills now, and they have a couple of good running backs with Singletary, and if Moss plays, Obviously, you're in a heap of trouble if you can't stop any of that, as you saw with the Patriot game. So it's going to be a very tough task. All you can do is get stops, just like you did with the New Orleans game. But that was New Orleans. This is Buffalo. I can't believe I'm saying that. That Buffalo has better offense than New Orleans. That's just ridiculous to me to think, to even ponder. But that's true. So, if you look at the other way, defensively, the Bills are just they're a great bunch on defense, and they know how to get after it. And it's going to take the Raiders' offensive unit to be really perfect when you think about it. Yeah, I mean, everybody's got to be on the right page. Darren Waller didn't get much uh, in the game last week. Jacobs, not much. Carr had his numbers, but he held on to the ball too long. As it always happens, where he always holds on to the ball too long, and problems interrupt the flow of the game and their offensive drives, and trouble happens. Like I said, with the Bills with the best defense, one of the best defenses in the league, they obviously know what to do. It's going to be awful without fans, of course, but that's the way it is, and it's safe. But just hoping they can muster out some type of win, can the Raiders, but it'll be a tough task against one of the best in football. I can't believe I'm saying that with the Buffalo Bills, but it's true. They are defensively and offensively so far a great unit. I was trying to think, going forward, you need all these wins that you can get because the AFC is a great conference and a tough one. And even though they added a wild card, it's still going to be tough for the Raiders to get in. The defense for the Bills, and all starts with Tre'Davious White. He's tremendous. You got Micah Hyde in the secondary, those two. Then Tremaine Edwards, Milano in the middle as linebackers. Ed Oliver, Jerry Hughes. Those are guys that can get in there and disrupt things. Offensively, Josh Allen, it's just weird. He did put up numbers in college at Wyoming, but it wasn't translating to the Bills. But now he's found some guys that will get open and will get the ball. Stephon Diggs, like I said, is one of those guys that came over in that trade. John Brown, Cole Beasley, the tight ends, Dawson Knox and Tyler Kroft. These are all guys you got to worry about spreading the ball out as they have done. Running backs, like I said, you got three-headed monsters here with Singletary, Moss, and T.J. Yeldon. Man, it's a pretty good stacked group there that plays together and wins together. And you just hope the Raiders have that with who's available. When you think about it, who is available, and then who's not playing well. And that was another segment to get into. Corey Littleton has not looked great. Let's just say this early this season, it's been troubling. He's not up to speed. It looks like with the game. Everybody's running right by him. He's often in the wrong spot. It seemed like with the Rams, he was always around the ball. Like you had no problems with him. He was doing all these things in a great scheme. And I don't know if that's the defensive coordinator Gunther's problem. And I'll tell you what, after the game on Sunday, the Raider fans were calling for Gunther to be fired. And this seems to happen more and more. And you have Cleon Jordan, you have Max Crosby, you have names. They're just not doing anything for you. So that really hurts. Like I said, defensively, when you look at things, and then losing Damien Arquette. Now that's very troubling. Had the injury that's gonna really derail him for some weeks. Put him in the IR. Check with him after 3 weeks. You know how these things go. So Amik Robertson will be brought in, and he's gonna have to be awesome for the Raiders because LaMarcus Joyner, he's not as bad as last year, but it's still not enough. If you think about it, it's still not enough. Eric Harris, he just seems a little behind, and Mullins not there. No one's wrapping up, nobody's tackling, everybody's just grabbing, like Lombardi said. Malik Collins isn't really doing anything inside, and Hatkins. It's very annoying just to see what everybody thought would happen is happening. It just sucks, man. It really does. So, looking at offense, the receivers that are injured again: Ruggs, Edwards, and Gafford, and we know about Terrell Williams, Aguilar, Renfro, Jones. They're all gonna have to be awesome. And they're really short on receivers as I read that. Yeah, if those two are doubtful, Ruggs and Gafford, I mean you're stuck. And the pressures on Waller and Jason Witten and Foster Murno, and then Richard and Booker being the running backs, and Jacobs. The offensive line, without Brown, Sam Young's going to have to get in there. Gabe Jackson is back with Hudson, Simpson, and Miller. They're going to have to protect Carr for him to get something open downfield, but it's going to be a tough task for the Raiders. Hope to win by a field goal. Maybe a shootout. Maybe 35-32 Raiders. That's what I'm hoping and feeling for. You just don't know about these things because it's a new stadium, there's no fans. Bill's coming in very hot. And you just feel like, well, I don't know if you can beat them. All you can do is just stay in the game and create turnovers, but tackle the damn guy. That's what it comes down to. In all the games, it just seemed like there are no tackles being made. And then for long gains, the opponents would run and run forever, and just make it hard on the offense. And they would have to go on these scoring battles in order to keep up and win. And then what happens when nothing works? You get a game like New England and a loss like New England. And Carr's got to get rid of the ball. But man, most of all, got to stop the Bills offensively. If you don't do that, they'll put up, 35 in a heartbeat. Or, 28 like they did, or whatever it was against the Rams. I think they led 28-3 at one point. Well, they let the Rams come back in. Now, that's a little encouraging, but when you think the Rays don't have the offense like the Rams do, so it's so much different when you think about that. So, like I said, all I can hope for is a 32 home win in Las Vegas, and hope if it happens, I'll take it, because I know the next week will be tough with Kansas City, and As you saw, the Chiefs, they're back at it again. So, gotta get the wins where you can get them. Realistically, it's obvious. Gotta just be better, smarter. I mean, the penalties haven't killed the Raiders, but the missed tackles have. Can't have that, Just can't have that. So, like I said, hopefully a 35-32 victory over Buffalo. Bears can go 3-1 in the division. Hope for the best, right? So, I know we'll all be watching from home, hanging out, wherever. Just hope everyone is safe out there. Wearing your mask, practicing social distancing. I was hoping I wouldn't have to say this stuff ever again, but stuff keeps happening. So, to Raider Nation out there, hey, get a victory. Hopefully, it will stay close and we'll get a win, and that'll be that. So, if you like what you see here, please like, subscribe, follow, sub, and I'll check out the content and the stuff that you got going for you, and hopefully meet up one day or whatever the case may be. I'm happy to meet other Raider fans and get their opinions about games and the team and the moves and all that. So we'll see you next time on the chair on the Raider previews. Take care, everybody.